Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Vic and we're here today to talk to you about some dental health. And sure enough, the first thing you can do to maintain excellent dental health is maintain overall great health by choosing the right foods. And there's lots of ideas out there about what some good foods are, but we really try to break it down and keep it very, very simple. First simple rule is you want to make sure that your plate looks like a box of Crayola crayons. Lots of colors, greens and orange and reds. That's how you're going to know that you're having a good, balanced diet. And then there's some foods that you can eat most of the time and some food you shouldn't have that often. And we like to call those always, sometimes, and rarely foods. So what kind of foods are always foods? To me, an always food, particularly an always drink, is water. Any time of the day, even after you brush your teeth, you can always have some water, right? Then, in terms of beverages, the next thing that you can sometimes drink, still pretty good for you, but it is high in sugar, would be something like juices. And this is 100% apple juice, so nothing but apples in here, but even this is pretty high in sugar. And then you have to be careful for things that are labeled juice drinks, which are only a little bit juice, a lot of sugar and preservatives and things like that in there. And then lastly, a rarely drink. It's not that you should never have any soda, but really you should try to limit it. People aren't often aware of what's in this, but it's basically carbonated water, right? Like seltzer water, and then some acid, sugar, oil, and food coloring. So not really too much good stuff in here. Another simple rule when it comes to food is eat the food as close to the source as you can. So let's say an apple, right? A little apple like this, perfect food, comes off the tree, wash it, it's ready to go. It already has a cover on it, it's got juice in it, it's got a snack in it, and all you think you need is right here. But sometimes you don't have access to the apple itself. So something next to that would be applesauce. So applesauce is a pretty healthy food. It's essentially, this is particularly just apples that are cooked down, but they take away the skin, so they turn to a little brown, so they have to add vitamin C so it doesn't discolor. So already you're taking some stuff away and adding some stuff. We talked about the apple juice, right? This is just basically squeezed down apples, but you are losing things like fiber and some of the vitamins and minerals. And then lastly, rarely foods. They try to be sneaky with this, right? They're called fruit roll-ups. You would think that fruit is the main ingredient to this, but it's not. Main ingredients are corn syrup, dried corn syrup, and sugar. Only then do you get some pear puree. So then oil, palm oil, and then sodium citrate, monoglycerides, malic acid, acetylated monoglycerides, that sounds yummy, right? And then lastly, some red color, yellow, and 2 kinds of blue. So essentially, sugar, oil, food colorings. Not really that great for you. Maybe they should call it monoglyceride roll-ups, right? So these are the kind of things that you should consider when it comes to foods. Eating foods that are closest to the earth, foods that have lots of different colors, and eating a variety of foods. That's really the easiest way to both keep your mouth healthy, your teeth healthy, and your whole body. What are some other things that you can do to keep your teeth healthy? Well, in dentistry, pretty simple rules again. We call it the rule of 2. Most things, if you're not sure, they come in 2. So, how many times do you go to the dentist in a year? 2 times, once every 6 months, at least, right? Assuming everything's healthy, you should go at least 2 times a year. How many times are you gonna brush? In a day, 2 times. How long are you gonna brush in a day? 2 minutes, real easy, right? So we talk about brushing as a way to get rid of the bacteria that's in your mouth. So our buddy Rex here is gonna help us discuss some brushing. And I want you to remember that in the morning we joke around, you're brushing to get rid of the dragon breath. At nighttime, you're really brushing to get rid of all the bacteria. And so there's gonna be essentially 3 places that you're making sure that you're keeping clean. First, let's talk about how you hold your toothbrush and how you move the toothbrush. Again, one thing you wanna never do is back and forth, right? Head back and forth, that's a no. That's a no-no. So you don't brush this way and you don't floss this way. It's always gonna be up and down and little circles. So for Rex, he's gonna show us that what you wanna do is you wanna hold the toothbrush up by the gum line in little circles. And you're gonna go around, start on one side, all the way to the edges, go to the inside, the chewing surface, and the inside, and all the way around. How long do you think it's going to take you? That's right, about 2 minutes. So 2 minutes to brush. Get your tongue in the morning especially, get rid of that dragon breath, and at night, you're getting your bacteria away from 3 different places. The chewing surface, with a gum line, and in between the teeth. Now, in between the teeth, you're going to use some floss. And for floss, there's a couple different ways to do it. You can do it with those little sticks. Those sticks work pretty well. If you have to use some floss, very easy to do, very inexpensive, about the width of your shoulders. Middle fingers, so you can hold this, and just like with the brushing, up and down, right? Not side to side. So when you get in here, it's up and down, scrape one side of the tooth, scrape the other side of the tooth, and then move on to the next one. Up and down, up and down. Really important that you get all the bacteria out of there. Now, I'm gonna tell you something kind of gross, but it's just the natural, true biology of it. Bacteria don't eat your teeth, right? Sometimes you see those little videos or the books where you see the little tooth bugs eating your tooth. That doesn't really happen. What they eat is the same stuff we eat. They eat sugars. So whether you drink some apple juice before you go to bed or some milk, or if you get to brush your teeth, you're gonna leave some sugar in your mouth. And the bacteria, like all living things, when they eat, they excrete. So when you leave food in there, you know what's gonna happen all night long? The bacteria are gonna poop in your mouth. It's gross, right? All night long, the bacteria are pooping in your mouth, and the acid that they're leaving on your tooth, that's what's gonna cause the cavities. It can cause cavities, it can cause gum disease when you get older. Super important. Why would you want bugs to be pooping in your mouth all night long? Everyone's gonna brush great tonight, right guys? So remember, real easy, before you go to bed, brush really well, get all the tooth bugs out of there. 2 minutes, an easy way to do that, put on some music. Most songs on the radio are about 2.5 to 3 minutes long, and you can easily get on there, put a little song on there, and by the time you're done, you brush for 3 minutes. Real easy. I know everyone can do it. It's important not just for your teeth, but for your whole body to have nice healthy foods. So make those simple choices, eat a colorful foods, try not to eat stuff that's too sugary, and you'll have a nice healthy mouth along with your healthy body to go with it. Hope this helps. Have a great week.